All right, this is my first time I've watched a movie since developing fucking terrible anxiety, um, and drinking Coca Cola. So in that, I'm like strung up like a motherfucker right now. But that being said, did this movie make me feel MCU vibes? I would say yes. I would say yes, it did. I would say that it did everything you could ask for out of what our lowered expectations were for Marvel movies at this point. And I haven't watched every Marvel movie in this phase. Actually, the last one I think I watched was Thor, Love and Thunder, or whatever the fuck it's called. I think that was the last one I watched. I know around that time the Black Panther sequel came out and Doctor Strange came out. Although I know that one came before because I remember when that came out. Those are the last three movies I can remember watching from Marvel's little thingy here. I just didn't feel like I didn't give a shit. But I heard that this one kind of restored the feeling, and I can say honestly that I think it did. I think the rating I gave was 4 out of 5. I think maybe gassing a little bit, but like you gotta keep in mind, like I pretty much wrote in like every Marvel movie post NWH really, as just like automatic 3, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit higher. I mean, Deadpool doesn't really count, but like Deadpool, I guess, was a 4. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, now I'm like my brain's starting to work a little bit more. Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty decent, pretty solid actually. I can't even like lie, it was pretty good. But those two movies like don't count. Like those aren't MCU movies. Like those, since the jump, the Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty much exists in its own way. And then now their guy obviously went over to DC. And then the Deadpool movies obviously are not MCU movies. So, and even No Way Home like relied on cameos and nostalgia to get off. So like almost all the movies and properties I've watched, it varies in terms of this phase. But this one, I can honestly say there's no cameo saving it. There's no nostalgia saving it. It's just, is this movie that is a fresh new collection of things. I mean, these existing characters in this universe, but does this work? Yes, to me, it works. And I can honestly say that you should watch it if you care or want to care about MCU again. It's not larger scope thingy. Like, it's not going to tie in a lot of things, I think, but these characters will exist in the MCU going forward. So if you enjoy them, you'll probably enjoy them in the next movie they come in, which will probably be Avengers.